Yeah. So niliingia, I was met with a whole horn of ratish. Karibu sana, ni wa Kinyamoshe.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I felt like, oh, by the way, nimefika. So ukikaa hivi ati you're dimming yourself through alcohol and numbing your system, you're cutting yourself off from a destiny that's rightfully yours. What do they mean? What do they want from me? I just want to break this teeter addiction. But something in my spirit stirred. Nikasema, if they're asking for it clearly, there's something here. So just make that space.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, dear viewers and listeners. Welcome back to yet another episode of Beauty Lies Beyond podcast with me, Miriam Rose. I'm joined today in studio by yet another amazing woman. I am so privileged and happy to have her. She's quite a powerful woman, and I want us to learn from her today on somatic healing, among other things. So welcome to the set, welcome to the episode, Miss Wairimu.
Thank you. Now I'm tempted to call you Mukami. Thank you, Rose. My name is Wairimu. The government likes calling me Mary, so if you call me Mary and I don't answer, just don't take it personally. I am an artist, a somatic therapist, and a medicine woman. And I'm excited to be in this conversation with Rose. We just caught up recently and had quite a beautiful conversation. And so today we are deepening it a bit more. So,
Yes.
Thank you.
Please tell us a bit more about yourself and your spiritual journey. That is something that interests me the most about my guests.
Okay. So currently I'm an ongoing student in somatic experience in Kenya. I'm in the intermediate level. I've been doing trauma healing work since 2020 or earlier, before I knew what trauma healing was. What's that?
Interesting.
And beyond that, I have been on a spiritual journey since 2015. So it's been a whole 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah, it's only this time when I've opened it up to everyone. Before I used to write small tweets and short text about my journey with my ancestors. And then my ancestor says, you know what? You've done these small things enough. It's time for you to be out there properly. And so the journey towards this visibility that you're seeing right now began in 2021. And it began at the feet of Mount Kenya.
Wow, tell us about that.
Yeah. So
wow.
I remember I broke up with a boyfriend and someone else I was seeing. And that devastation actually brought me home back to myself. And I remember just feeling like, why do I feel so alone? And then my ancestors' voice started waking up and they were telling me, actually not alone. Aloneness is a construct of the capitalistic language and the capitalistic lifestyle. But as an African woman, as a Mogekoyo, as an Agekoyo woman, you belong to this community. And then they'd show me which parts connected the most, because I also felt disconnected from my family and from my bloodlines. So it was really that deep. And I remember them nudging me, now it's time for you to get out of your house from Rongai and just go somewhere. And I remember posting it on Twitter, just asking for recommendations. So, hi guys, does anyone know where I can go, which is not too far from Nairobi, where I can't use more than 2,000 bob on transport? And then around the same time, someone just picked up my request and my frequency, and they offered their farmhouse in Karatina.
How cool.
It was so amazing.
Yeah, I bet.
And then they told me, the best part is you don't have to pay for accommodation. That farmhouse is empty, so you can use it.
Wow.
And then I thought, okay, let me pack a weekend bag and just go. And on day one, when I got there, it was all tears, lots and lots of tears that I had not found a safe space to cry in. But suddenly I had a full land, lots of tea, and the mountains.
The mountains.
And the forest around. Yeah.
I have goosebumps. Do you know what's funny? Every time I speak about Mount Kenya, I get goosebumps. I did it with another one of the podcasts I did about Mount Kenya also. The whole time I was feeling cold and I was feeling goosebumps. The first time nikadhani ni AC. But now you've done it again and I'm feeling... all cold and all goosebummy. I think it's a sign. I need to go.
It is. Yeah, so on day one I cried a lot, and then my ancestors asked me to start dancing. They said, baby girl, we see all the pain you're in, and we see it, but you need an outlet for it. I remember my body felt so stiff and heavy because the Nairobi capitalistic life forces you to be stiff. So I recognized the stiffness and I'm feeling like moving, yeah. My body is already online, yeah. So I started dancing to some reggae tunes and my ears started calming down. So I want to call it activation now that I'm speaking the sensation language. So all the activation that was in my ears started going down. And suddenly I could feel my body. I could feel that my head connects to my neck. It connects to my shoulders. It connects to my chest, to my belly. That's as far as I could go at the time. And then in the afternoon on the first day, I remember just singing. The matriarch of the space who's buried on the same property just joined in and we started singing Kikuyu hymns.
Wow. She's Kikuyu as well.
Yes, she's
That
Kikuyu.
is so aligned.
It is. I remember posting snippets of singing and it's only my voice that other people could hear. And my host actually told me, do you know that our mother, our matriarch, she used to wake up on Sundays, it was on a Sunday, and sing in the morning.
God.
And I thought, so
I have so many goosebumps, my whole body.
I'm so happy to hear our nervous systems are already interacting.
That is epic.
Yeah.
That is so amazing. Okay, and then after that?
So after that, my feet started moving around. So I found myself walking around the compound, just playing with the dogs, dancing. And now I could dance to more high-intensity music because suddenly my feet wanted to just be in contact with the earth. Yeah, so I did it barefoot and then did it the second day and then the third day. And then I felt sad. Oh, my God, I'm leaving Mount Kenya, going back to Rongai. But then I allowed this sadness. I allowed it to come because it's part of living. It's part of the emotional experience. It's part of the water that flows through my body. So I allowed it, cried a bit, and then left after doing my prayer and my reverencing to the space, to the mountain, and to the animals that held me, and to the person who was taking care of the property. It felt so good.
It feels like a homecoming.
Right?
That's how I feel.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It's like you are going back home to the mother.
Yes, to the mother who was patiently waiting.
Yeah, and happy to see you. How cool is this event? Unasikia vile nasikia?
I'm feeling an excitement that's awakening in my chest.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so you come back to Rongai.
Yeah.
That's in 2021.
Yeah, 2021. So in October, I start dancing every day because I think I came back on 1st or 2nd October. Started dancing every day and it became, it becomes a choice and then it becomes a discipline and then devotion and then ultimately it's a way of being. People like calling that lifestyle, but really it's a way of being. So I'd wake up in the morning, I had my reggae music for morning. If I felt during the day I actually need a pick-me-up, I had reggae music to pick me up. And then in the evening, I had reggae music to bring me down and to allow my brain to know that the day is done. So it's time for us to start winding down and preparing to sleep. So that was my first ever structure. Before I used to live anyhow.
Yeah.
But suddenly I got these 3 markers. So morning, daytime, and then in the evening. So suddenly my body started feeling that someone is caring for it. That someone being me. Yeah.
Interesting. You know what I've just noticed before you tell us now what happened is that you said 1st, 2nd October, and you literally just taught me the end of the end of a year and the beginning of another year. So you literally came into the beginning of another year.
Yes.
No, I mean it's student mzuri. I picked that
A student
up.
after my own heart.
That was so interesting. Okay.
It was. So I came back and continued dancing, but I had this internal conflict of now that I've actually been initiated into something, it didn't have a name at that time. What does it mean for me and the social spaces I've been into? Because I had a very strong relationship with alcohol at the time. And I thought, if I start showing people that I'm spiritual, they might put me in a container. So I kept, swinging between niache sherehe and this alcohol. Ama do I devote to this new path that's opened up for me? And that internal conflict led me to many, many festivals between 2021 and 2022.
Okay.
Until I attended Etana's festival. I forget the title, but it was something pamoja. Because reggae music is all about unity, love, peace, and harmony. And I had a very good time until the morning where I needed to go home. And suddenly I was mobbed, like a gang of small boys, a gang, proper one with weapons. They mobbed me as I was trying to cross over from Rescos to the other side to go to town. And I was in so much shock and almost out of my body, just looking at these young men trying to grab my bag. And I had carried it the Nairobi style where the bag is here. So they dragged me across the tarmac. I was screaming and there were people across the road, but I mean, it's Nairobi and people are afraid of intervening in such cases. So I thought, okay, whoever will come to rescue me will come. And I got to that point of letting them have it. Chukueni, leave me alone, just take it and go. And the best part is, as a woman, a Kikuyu woman, I had some cash in my bra. So I still had a way to go home. That was encouraging. And then the other thing that happened is there's a man who was on a boda who heard me screaming. And he came very quickly. He thought, oh my gosh, umetupita pale kwa gate tu kasema utaki tukubebe. Unaona chenye imekutendekea? And I looked at him and wondered, what are you trying to tell me? Like, are you trying to say that I deserve what has happened to me? I have been robbed and very violently. Is it? And then I disconnected from that because I thought, I'm already in shock. Let me just be here with this shock that I'm feeling and bring my spirit back, which had already started escaping. And then after a few minutes, this man he was very in tune with his own body. So he actually told me, I've just looked at you after kuongea. Nimekuangalia tu and realized you're actually in shock. So I have a proposal for you. Get in touch with your internal being, with your instinct, just so that you can let me know how it feels like. But I have a healing room in my house. And I'm a man from the Thai religion. And I would really like to offer you that space for you to allow this shock to go down. And then, like the day breaks properly so that you can actually travel home when you're feeling better. So I went to my brain, not my instinct. I went to my brain and thought, if this man wanted to kill me, he'd have already killed me by now. But he's offering a healing room. And then my brain said, no, we are thinking too far. Let's go to the heart. What's happening there? My heart said, you know what? Take this offer and just allow him to support you where he's offering, because clearly he has seen something. So I told him, okay, let's go. This is 2022. Again, October.
A year later after Mount Kenya.
A year later after Mount Kenya. Year two, first, second, couple.
Interesting.
Yeah, so we went and, Agekoyo, we tell stories. So akaona activation iko too high, this shock that I'm seeing with my own eyes. He started telling me stories. Christianity iko hivi, lakini sisi watu wa Thai tunaamini hivi. Unajua hata huku kwetu, this is the kind of language we use, lakini uko nje kuna lugha inatumiwa. And then he asked me, senye hautumiki gaiwa kirenyaga, mwene nyaga, when you're not in service to humanity through honoring and reverencing Gai, what are you doing out here? Like, I get it, ulikuwa umeenda out, I can smell alcohol on your breath, but really, again, he touched on that conflict where I'm wondering, should I be outside shaking my nyash? Or somewhere else where I can be in silence and just being with myself. Oh, my hands know where to go. Yeah. So I just looked at him because I had no answer. And at that point, my body now was shaking so much. So he continued talking, and I enjoyed how his voice sounded. His frequency was very strong. It was very, very grounded, masculine. And so it felt calming. And when he was ready, when he realized that actually I've actually calmed down, he went to sleep and left me in that healing room. So nilikaa tu, and then I remember hearing his brother coming in the morning because he wanted to go take the sheep Rorine kwenda kukula manyasi Rorie. And just listening to how he spoke, he was like, Thayo,
Wow.
Ngai nĩ atũkinyia mũthenya mwerũ nĩndakena nĩ gũkuona ndorete. Then I thought, this language, it's very soft. Kikuyu can be very coarse, and I want to use the word mannerless. Mannerless. But then there's a language that's in reverence of Gai and in reverence of one another. And it's deeply embedded in connection. Connection to Mama Earth and connection with each other. Like something in me came alive. Again, my hands are traveling.
You know, I'm feeling a thing here also.
You are?
Yeah, I am. Like, wow. This is so cool.
Yeah. So, nikakaka, I tried waking up my host. Kanimbe, ni mapema sana. That was around maybe 8 or 9 a.m. Then I thought, okay, let me just continue being in this silence and in this safety that's been carved out for me. So when he woke up, it's actually his mom, whoever he calls Maito. Maito akampigia akamwambia, hey, mwanake wakwa, hatujonana siku mingi. Na leo especially nasikia kuna kitu tu tunafaa kuonana. Kwanza hata nasikia kuna there's a new energy around where you are. Could you bring it over?
Wow.
And so he woke up very quickly. Unasikia mimi nimejaribu kumwamsha and he's like, wacha nilale kidogo. So akaamka akaniambia, Kai, no nyende gukwihoya, onakorwo nirenda kuinuka. Just allow me to take you to visit my mom, and then you can be on your way. And maybe we could find your bag. We don't know. Because when you waliiba, maybe walichukua chenye walikuwa nahitaji, which was like 200 bob. And maybe they dropped it somewhere. Mwambia ni sawa. So we went to visit Maito, and Maito was very welcoming. She's an embodied woman who is grounded in herself, in her being, in her faith, in her spiritual journey, which is the journey of life, by the way. So spirituality si kitu ingine. It's the journey of life. And she was deeply connected to all her senses. I'm saying this because there were many. I could see the connections. Nilikuwa nashanga, which one do I touch? Obviously, you don't do that with a medicine woman. So I just sat outside and waited for other people who had come to consult her and to just tap into her healing space. I sat outside just listening. And again, coming back to my body, because at that time, now my head was starting to act up. I could just sense a migraine coming through because my glasses zilivunjwa and I'm sensitive to light. Nikakubali tu, enyewe, this is where I'm at. So I told this guy I was with, nasikia migraine inakuja and I think I might need painkillers. And then he told me, Mugikuyu, painkillers sio kirena thogu.
Here.
Dawa icio cia tutio nikimekirite thiini. So I'm proposing nikupe Mbake. Then I told him, sijui Mbake utumiwa aje. Akaniambia, umekuja penye class iko. So akanichunia, akaniambia, you place on your palm and then you grind it so that it's fine. And then you gather it. Hata nakumbuka, you gather it, then you blow one nostril and just allow it to go up your nose. And then just let it settle in your body and then come back to the other nostril. Because number 2, you have to balance. Ambia sawa. So I tried Mbake and the migraine ilisha instantly.
Nice.
Then I became now self-conscious. Oh my God. Maito ataniona nimevaa je, nilikuwa nimevaa trao, nimevaa katop kanaonyesha mikono, but I had a sweater on. So nikahakikisha the sweater is on just to ensure that I'm covered for ndio niweze kureverence. Because if you don't reverence half, and presentation always matters where healing is concerned. Anyway, nikakubali tu. Kukakaa kaniambia, okay, so since tumekuja, there's a cleansing ritual we have to go through. So let me gather the herbs, let me say the prayers, and then I'll teach you how to cleanse. Yani nilikuwa kwa masterclass.
Wow.
And I remember just observing him. He was present fully with what he was doing, picking the herbs, just talking to the earth and requesting, may I take this? Yes. And then speaking to the water and thanking the rain for bringing all this purity. And then he started
God, I'll die. These goosebumps are killing me.
They're killing you.
Wow.
Yeah. So he prepared this ceremony very intently and then chanted a prayer. And when he was ready, akakuja na hubs zingine kaniambia, so we start with the front because this is where we can see.
So he's cleansing you before you meet Maito.
Before you meet Maito. So it's what, how do I say it? It's an orientation into the space and into the energy.
Yes.
And then he ali bless kichwa, I remember the hands, and then the body in general. I don't remember his words, but I remember the steps. And then he turned off the head, this part that holds so much, and then the rest of the body to ensure that ameshani disconnect from where I was coming from. And even my being that was running away would feel safe enough to come back to the body. And then he told me, now that I have done you, it's time for you to cleanse me as well.
Oh, really?
I can't cleanse myself. So I followed his instructions, started from the crown, and then moved to his hands, and then the general body. And then he turned around, I did the same, the crown, this part, the joint of everything, and then the general body. And suddenly I was more settled.
Yeah, no, I know it works. I feel like, and I told you this the last time we spoke, that the fact that I'm hearing you and understanding you, for me, blows my mind. Because it means that every meeting that we have is orchestrated, it's aligned. So that means I had to learn energy work, because now with my energy healing and everything, I understand energy. So when you speak, I know exactly what you're saying. And I definitely believe you. It's not even stuff you're telling me and I'm like, oh, for real? No, I'm like, wow. Yeah.
Thank you for seeing me.
Oh, gosh. So you go and see Maito. Is she? Can I ask how she's dressed? Because
Yes,
I'm so curious.
Yes, you can. Yes,
How
you
is
can.
she like?
So she has years and years of locks.
Wow.
So now they go up to balance on the weight of the hair. And she's wrapped like, I'd describe it as the way a Mokorinu would do her head wrap. That fold and that little pocket. And then the hair is fully covered. And then she's dressed in a very traditional Akorino dress. You get, with all the pleats and the two parts that are they're held together. And then she has her feet bare. Yeah, her feet were bare. And her hands were bare. Like, hakuna ati sijui cutex and all that. No. And what I remember, even as I speak about her, it's her hearty laughter. She laughed so much that I felt like the channels inside me that were blocked, zillion blocks out.
Is she elderly?
Yes,
old?
she's elderly. She's very old.
Very old.
Yeah, right now she might be in her 70s towards 80s.
I see.
Yeah.
And her house, does it have like feathers? And does she have the guy? I always forget the names.
So what she has is mbake in a tin, her own tin. She also has muratina in a gourd, and then she has these horns to serve you. Yeah. So nilingia, I was met with a whole horn of ratish. Karibu sana, newa kinyamoshe.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I felt like, oh, by the way, nimefika. And then akanichunia bake ataya. Now for her, she does not, akuna kupima. It's, oh yeah.
Still have to blow it up your nose.
Yes, you do.
Interesting.
So that what the son explained to me is, when you're coming to when you're coming into that connection with God, you don't go empty-handed. So this mbake is to, first of all, allow your senses to calm down, and it be that you've gifted yourself something, and that gift is what opens the pathway to connecting with Guy. Unaona? So akaniambia, prayers za Christianity, they cut off that reverencing part. But now that we are here, I'll express to you exactly how we do it. And I thought, actually, this is awesome. I don't have to keep thinking, what should I bring? No, I can just come with my own pinch of bake and allow myself. And then I reverence the ancestors. And then now I can reverence Guy and command what I want. Because Guy does not allow us to beg. You don't beg in Guy's house. Anashanga, you're begging as who?
Yeah.
Now we know the maki waku.
Yeah.
So nikaona, okay, this is nice. So Maito just took a glance at me. Unaona venye nakuangalia? She didn't look at me directly like this. She was like, do you realize that you're not just these chicks zenye zinakwaruzwa huku chini ati zikitafuta chakula. It actually meant to sow. Namwangalia na shanga. Ati urauga atia. And then she revealed something to me that my late grandma had lightly mentioned many, many years ago. Because she tracked down where our land was originally. Penye tulikuwa tunaishi, track down akaniambia mwikaraha duhaho. And I could see it in my mind very clearly. Yes, that is where my grandma told me we used to live.
Nice.
And then she told me, and then you moved to this other land. So nashanga maito. Mbona unaniona hivyo?
Interesting.
Yeah, and then her laughter came in again. Then I felt my whole system just vibrate in a very good way. And then I settled again. And then she told me something else. Kaniambia, as you're lost in this, in Kikuyu inaitwa meago, as you're lost in meago ino yathi, I need you to know that you're a knowledge keeper. I need you to know that. That's the message that's coming through for you. You're a knowledge keeper. You're a knowledge seeker. So ukikaa hivi ati you're dimming yourself through alcohol and numbing your system, you're cutting yourself off from a destiny that's rightfully yours. Nikashanga gai, tumefika level ya confrontation sasa.
My third chakra is hot for some reason.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's hot kwa sababu tunaongea mambo hot pia.
Yeah, and also about expression. Like something about that is you need to express that knowledge. You're keeping it and you need to express it.
Yeah. So hata mimi at the time I felt nilikuwa nasikia nikaa niko na kewaru, like there's something that was so heavy around my chest. I mean my throat. And now ile laughter tena ikashuka to allow the message to land in my body. It landed in my belly, where we received nourishment. Todoni maito, I'm a baby who needed nourishment.
Interesting.
So it landed here. And I felt that actually, I think hata hii robbery ilikuwa ina happen kuni strip of that identity that I had assumed, which was conflicted. And so nikaacha kufixate on the robbery itself. I started allowing myself to come into this new message I've had, into this new revelation and expression that came through for me. So nikaambia maito, kai niwega muno. My Kikuyu was terrible at that time. It was terrible because I was used to kizungu mingi na Kiswahili ya Nairobi. But nikamwambia niwega maito. Akaniambia niwega kui Gai.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I reverence her. She reverences who? Gai.
Jesus. Yeah, I love that.
I'm also very hot, so kifanya hivi nasikia there's some relief.
Okay.
Yeah, so my transmission iliishia hapo because that's as much as my system could handle. And my toe is very in her body, so she knew this is as much as this little girl can handle. Yeah, akatubless hapo, tukamaliza ratish, tukacheka tena na tukiina rwebo, no ginya. Kwa moge koe mwaga kuina. Something somewhere I connect. So tukaimba kigosho moja, and then I got to meet like part of the family that surrounds her. You know, as a matriarch, anaishi at the central point, so she's surrounded by her children. So nikaona there's one of the daughter-in-law mwenye anapenda maito sana. Shina akiniambia, mimi nikiambia maito naumwa na kichwa, ananiambia bakeni lazima. Na namwambia maito yo bakeni mingi sana, but she does not care. So we laughed a bit. And then it was time for me to go. Kilicho na mwanzo, hatimaye kina mwisho. And at this point, I didn't feel like I'm sad for leaving this space. I felt I'm full, I'm nourished, I'm seen. Now I can go home.
Yeah.
So I feel like mwili iliamka sasa kabisa from that point. On the same day, I went and picked up my key from my sister, my younger sister, because zile zingine ziliibiwa. So nikaziendea. And then that's when I actually took charge of my life.
Wow.
Yeah, I needed my keys back.
I see that.
Ndio mtu mwingine asi-imagine, nimempea key ndio anitunze. And in any case, my younger sister akiwa na hiyo key, it's a burden on her. Because I'm the older sister, my energy is big. It's too big for her, it's overwhelming. If I had her key, it's fair because my energy can support hers. but the other way around haiwezi. So nikachukua fungo yangu, nikaenda nikalia nimeibiwa simu na nikakubali imeibiwa na ni sawa. So I used the tool that I had, which was storytelling. That was my only tool at that time. So nikaanza kustorytell about the event itself through my Twitter. Then I talked about the robbery itself. And then the ladies who were listening to my stories, wakaniambia, baby girl, usiogope. What is your M-Pesa number? So I received money. I received some money from my mama. I received money from the lady who had invited me to the festival. I received money from a number of ladies from Twitter who were really resonating with my message. Nikafurahi because in 2 days I had a new phone.
Nice.
After crying.
Nice.
And almost begging. And so my phone became my tool. So I decided this is my tool to communicate, to bring healing. But remember, there was a conflict somewhere of, do I live this life or this one? So that conflict had started bringing me to a descent into some sort of madness. It's the ancestral rage. Because my body had survived so much injustice. And so your injustice, haiko imeenda ati anywhere else, it was living somewhere. It was living somewhere here. So even after deciding that my phone is to be used for healing, that anger overpowered me. So now it became like a connection from that rage somewhere in the brain, ikakuja through the mouth and through my hands. So my Twitter fingers were very, very active. And they were actively bringing people down like this. Wow. Ati unani attack. Hey, I can speak 7 languages za kukutukana. Yeah, because you see, the war is within me, like that conflict, but the expression is outside.
Yeah.
This is why the words hurt people, hurt other people. This is where they apply. So nakumbuka that ancestral rage continued coming up so deeply that by the time I came to my senses, nilikuwa naona, oh my God, my following on Twitter has grown so much because of the rage.
Oh my God.
Because Twitter feeds on pain.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, and it feeds you pain as well. So mwili yangu tu ikaanza kusema, weko unaamka, ni sawa una dance rege yako. Ni vizuri sana una dance kila siku because something is moving, but you need something more. Because all this anger is energy that's not channeled correctly. So I started going on walks. Kwa naenda walk ya sunrise, naenda walk ya sunset. So my brain knew that there's 1, 2, 3, the music, the 3 parts, and then I added 2 more. Yeah, walking in the morning and in the evening. So number 5, ikaniletea stability.
Nice. I like that. I love that. Perfect.
You do?
Yeah.
So the other part is that after nikajua number 5 is what I've been looking for, is what my body has been asking for, I aligned it to adhana za Waislamu. So nikisikia 5 a.m, I wake up and do something. Kama ni reggae music, I'll play it for that time. Nisikia the next one ya pili, I do something. I feed my body. I hydrate it. And then I do other things. And then the third one ikikuja, imepatana na time ya reggae. I call it reggae o'clock. In fact, that's my thing. I have a reggae o'clock playlist. Yeah, so reggae o'clock inakuja ya mchana, I indulge. The 4th call, maybe it's another reggae o'clock, maybe it's the sunset, I do something. And then ya saa 2 usiku kikuja, najua it's time for me to start unwinding from Twitter, to break that addiction, from here to the hands. So nikaanza kuretrain mwili pole pole. And then I started noticing the most interesting things. I started noticing that each time I wiggle my ass, I feel like nyama ziko pamoja. Before zilikuwa zimeachana. Each time I just move my hands like this, I could feel like, oh, it's warm on this side, it's cold on this side. And then each time I just move, I'd notice, oh, nilikuwa naumwa na mbavu, lakini saa hizi juu nimezinotice, hazina uchungu anymore. And now that is the somatic language.
Interesting.
Sensations.
Wow. But how at this point, haujaanza somatic healing? Sijaanza
somatic healing. But unasikia it's already happening. It found me. Yeah, so nikaanza kusema, okay, I'm very idle, I need a job. Someone told me now, you know what? Actually, I've been seeing the way you write your stories and I would like you to do that for my page. How much would you charge me? Nikamtumia kakot. And then at the same time, because I had done lots of social education on matters trauma. ladies started asking me to hold space for them.
Nice.
So ni 2022 ndio mwaka inaenda kuisha na shangaa. What do they mean? What do they want from me? Me, I just want to break this teacher addiction. But something in my spirit stirred. Nikasema, if they're asking for it clearly, there's something here. So just make that space. Allow them. Find how much you will charge them. Hakuna kufanya kazi ya bure.
Hakuna.
Spirituality usiwahi sema unafanya kazi ya bure. Yeah.
Preach.
Because we're in this material world.
Yeah.
Yeah, hatuwezi kaa bila pesa. So nikaanza kuuliza some other practitioners sasa wa psychology and the different fields. How much do you normally charge? Someone told me hata nikifanyanga counseling on my phone I charge 500. And I thought 500 is too low. Because umeenda umesomea whole degree then you're only charging that little. Mwambia okay, me I'll be charging 1,000 bob. You know, like in the leading months now coming to 2023, nilikuwa na client list ya watu kaa 5 or 6, and then there were these people who were coming and going. So hata nikilipwa, whoever was paying me for the storytelling was not paying so well, and it's okay because alinisaidia at that point. But nikapata a way to supplement what was missing. So unaona, 2 things came together to make a whole income for me. And at that time, I had stopped, again, being in contact with my mom. I've not mentioned her before, but I had stopped being in contact with her. She was not good for my brain or body. And I allowed that truth to sink in. Because unajua pia, the way we are told to love our mothers, even when they're bad for us, inaletanga guilt and shame. So I said it out loud to myself. It's okay. It's okay. She's not part of your life at this point, and it's okay. You're now a grown-up. You're not a child anymore.
I feel your heart.
Yeah. It just needed a bit of holding.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, nikakubali to sink deeper and deeper into my journey. And through that, many doors started opening up for me. So in 2020, I had gotten trained in community work, focusing on trauma. So now, hii masomo yote ilianza ku-unravel when I started getting clients. Because suddenly I had so much knowledge, but haikuwa na space ya kukua expressed, and then the context just came. So nikakubali tu, nikasema, mwito umenipata, nimeitika.
So that's when you got somatic healing?
No.
Bado.
Wow. We're in 2023 now.
2023, yes.
So another opportunity opened up for me because I'm a storyteller. Nimeji self-lead for a very long time, which means a decision maker aliniona na akaona hizo strengths.
Wow.
So they called me and told me, Wairimu, I love the conversations you've been creating in Twitter. I especially enjoy when umeanza kuongelelea ancestors. I wish I could connect that deeply, but I feel like because of my whiteness, I might not go there. But anyway, here's the thing. So in my project, we've gotten funding to bring in a communications person. And this is the first time in like 4 or 5 years that we'll be having someone in communications. How much would you want me to pay you to do this work?
I love that
so
much.
The shock I experienced in my body ilikuwa ni kama stima tu imetoka huko chini imekuja mpaka juu. Like, what do you mean you're asking me to quote your figure? Nice. Nikamwambia, thank you so much for inviting me. I need 3 days.
Oh, good.
To consult with my people and to do the math, and then I'll get you a figure. Kaniambia, okay, take your time. Lakini 3 days isiishe alafu you ask for more. Kambia ni sawa. 3 days are enough for me to talk to my people and to have that internal meeting, yeah? Kamusema niyo. Yeah. So nikamwambia sawa. And then I talked to my people.
Your people being ancestors?
Yes, my people being ancestors. So those are like my resource. Again, that's somatic language, but walikuwa my only resource at that time because it's the early days of me coming to my senses, me coming alive for the first time in more than 10 years. So nawaongelesha nawaambia.
Let me interrupt you. As you explain ulikuwa nawaambiaje, how do you speak to ancestors and who are ancestors so that people don't take it out of context?
I like that. I was also headed there. So
yeah.
I'm glad tuko kwa safari pamoja. So my ancestors begin with my grandma, the matriarch who raised me, her children who have already traveled before us, the grandmas I could reach in my extended bloodline, So like where I am biologically from and where the family that my bloodline chose. So I just started sensing, I think it's one of my grandmas from the lakeside who is present for this. Okay. This other grandma is the one who raised me, and I could sense, I'm attached to my ancestral land, so I could feel like, yeah, ni yeye. Then I would tell her, oh, yatumio oge. Okay, musema niyo. And it's this conversation yenye ninasema out loud.
Nimeanza goosebumps tena. Wow.
The resonance is that high.
It's that I'm very sensitive.
That's beautiful.
And I can almost feel their presence because I do that as well. I can feel presences. So, yeah, continue.
That gives me so much warmth in my heart. I'm feeling seen on all levels. So nikawaita kikao. Okay, nimepika chai ndio hii. Wacha mimi nishikilie kikombe yangu. Niliita watatu. So my grandma, her best friend who've already transitioned, and then my grandma from the lakeside. Kujeni.
You pick tea, like real tea?
Not
hypothetical tea?
No, real tea.
Wow.
And I set up a space for them to just join in the conversation.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then nikaanza kuambia, reure. Mtoto wenu, yani mimi, nimepewa a blank check. Na no nyende ugi, no nyende twaranirie, nigetha ndigetie mbeca nini, na nisi expand too much too soon, because that's another shock in my body. Hey, so one of my grandmas is niwe ya kwenda pole pole. Horera, horera, hare Jesu. That's the song that came. And then the other one was Gokinyokia.
That's so sweet.
Okahora. So she was like, yes, it's okay that you've slowed down. I can see you and it's important for you to slow down. No way naja. You have the answer. It's inside you. So, acha tuendelee kukaa. Then my other grandma, the one who raised me, was a very strong matriarch. Akaniambia, you've invited me, but I really don't think you want my counsel. You just want my presence. So I am here with you. Ambia ni sawa. Lakeside ananiambia, hey, Jaber. Congratulations on this big step, on this journey that you're on. I am here to listen to what you want. Because that desire iko mahali. Mahali uko ndani. So nikaendelea kuimba. Gokinyokia okahora jerekeire omatine nanejoe negakinya. Umesikia nitafika. Gahuroke na mwadhani. Then I felt, niwega Ngai. The reverencing came in again. Niwega Ngai. This is a very good opportunity. And then number 6 came to me. So I've already balanced myself at number 5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my duality ilisha melt into one. So now I'm Wairimu, not the angry Wairimu and the Wairimu who is questioning. Yeah, come there. Number 6 is the number you're looking for. Yeah, so nikaitisha 6 figures. Kasema, this is the match I need. Now mtoe tax. Mkishatoa tax kabla mtoe, this is what I need. A contract was drawn immediately na nikatumia the same day. Wow. And then I was invited for the orientation and all the processes. And that's where my life changed. That is where the opportunity to practice, to learn and practice somatic experiencing opened up for me. So 2023 kutoka June nikapata hiyo project kubwa mpaka December, and then it was 15 months long, so 2024 yote up to March 2025.
How cool.
Yeah, so hiyo part nilikuwa nimesotia part ya income. So I got the opportunity to go even deeper.
Honestly, I'm so in reverence of how much they do for us when we allow. It's just, I'm seeing it manifest in you, because sometimes we doubt. We're like, mnashinda mkisema alignment, nimealign lakini sioni kitu ikikuja, but it's so beautiful to see that happen. Thank you for sharing that. Sorry. 2024, 2025.
You're welcome.
For me, it's validation, to be honest. Saa zingine ndio hapo tumekwamiana, tumekasirikiana. I'm like, mimi sijui ni nini tunafanya. But actually, see, ancestors are very, very sweet. They answer really, really quickly.
They do.
Yes, I can attest to something also that happened to me, but today's your day.
Yay. So I'm happy to hear that. We'll get into it in my tent. Yeah, so umesikia, I asked for my 6 figures and then started now learning about money. I still had money wounds. Because sisi wote, we have gone through that wound. Through poverty, through being denied access to resources we need, through the oppression that's perpetrated by the government of the day, and through this interpersonal conflict and cruelty. Yeah. So nikaanza tu, I started picking up on certain things. There's someone I was journeying with, alikuwa ananiambia, now that you have this big money coming in, what you need is to actually sleep. Pesa isihit account and then you just want to be on the go, because that's madness. It's madness kwa sababu my nervous system is not used to abundance on this level. So capacity haiko. Basically, I'm starting from zero. Yeah. So with that counsel and with that shared wisdom, I started sleeping even earlier. Nilikuwa nalala saa 5, ikakuja saa 4, ikakuja saa 3, ikafika 8:30. Because my brain suddenly is expanding. Ile knowledge yenye iko, it's suddenly rearranging itself for coherence to happen. So nikapea brain your space. And then again in October.
Wow, Chaki, for real.
In October, I moved from Rongai to the larger Karura Forest area.
Nice.
Like the shift in environment alone opened my whole life like this.
That is so interesting.
Yeah, because suddenly my workplace is not too far, so I don't have to worry about traffic. The food is grown in the area, so unanunua from farm to your table. Kuku unachinjiwa hapo tu, ukingojea. Maziwa ya ng'ombe iko. Yani anything and everything I need iko available within my environment.
From the mother, actually.
From the mother.
Yeah.
And she was like, I've been waiting. Yeah. So in the first few days when nilihama, I just kept feeling the land is calling me, and it's calling through the wind, because I can hear it in my ears, but I didn't know where to go. So nikakaka nikajiambia, hii call imekuwa too much. Na inakuja asubuhi 6-7 hapo ndio inakuja. Okay, let me just wear my two slippers and something on, because it's cold and windy, and just walk around and see. Kumbe there was a tree that was waiting for me.
What do you mean?
So this walk, when mother is calling, siku ati naenda tu kutembea for the sake of it. It's almost like my sensory being was awake, so nilikuwa natembea tu nikisikiza ni wapi. And when I saw the tree, I just knew, ni wewe umekuwa ukiniita. So I reverenced the tree and told him, okay, I am here, let's be friends. How do we interact? What do we do? Juu nimekuja umeniita, nimekam. And the tree was just there like, we can just be. We can be. I see you, you see me. We can be. And I remember looking at that tree, because it spreads. It's like a shade, an umbrella shade that's open. I looked at it and thought, oh, your shade must be so nice. And the tree was like, usiizoe. Because it shades in different seasons. Now I can tell, because I've visited it consistently since 2023. So nikajiambia, okay, I'll be visiting you during the weekdays, lakini for our moment together nitakuwa nakuja on Sunday in the mornings. Senye hakuna kelele mingi, senye tunaweza onana, senye tunaweza sikiza heartbeat yangu na nisikize heartbeat yako. And then it became my first agreement.
Nice.
With the land.
Wow.
And stability kaanza kukuja tena. For real. Yeah.
You know that's a thing?
It is.
It's a thing for real, guys. Jesus ataitika at this point.
Ataitika.
Nimemwita sana. Wow.
Yes. So nikapata hadohako ihada, somewhere to plant my feet and somewhere to practice being grounded in myself and in the land. On the land. Wacha niseme on, because it was on. So ile pesa mingi yenye ilikuwa inakuja, suddenly it was not overwhelming, because I knew if I need a moment of grounding, because I need to make a big decision, I know where to go. I can just go visit my tree friend, say hi, and just be.
Wow.
Right?
Oh, my friend, let me tell you, over the weekend, I went to this place in Limuru, my home, in Tigoni actually, and I was, as I was walking, I felt a tree call me, and I turned like, oh, hi. Like I could tell it's that tree. So unaniambia story, I'm like, what are the odds that you're telling me about an exact experience that I've received just this weekend? And then after I went to that tree, and it was so beautiful, and I just could feel like the resonance and everything that you're describing. First, you're validating me. Thank you. Because initially, singeambia mtu because I'm like, we msichana. But now that you have an experience and I believe you, I know now to validate myself. So we had that whole moment with that tree. Then there was a mogumo tree as well. And I have learned how to also take like life force from a tree with its permission, not just draining it. So I also had that moment and I felt so alive. Like in the evening, like at sunset, I just felt to go, and then I just went, and I think it's he gave me like that energy, and I was feeling fulfilled. And thank you so much for giving me the tree story, because oh my God. Thank you.
Karibu.
Cool. Continue.
So 2024 ikaanza January. I remember the most beautiful part is my work allowed us to travel for 3 weeks. January yote basically tulisafiri.
2025.
2024.
4.
Yeah. And we were getting paid for traveling.
Yeah.
So it was allowance inakuja na mshahara juu. What a beautiful experience. And that allowed me, again, my mind, it's big, yeah? It allowed it to unfold even more. So sasa, again, the knowledge yenye nimekuwa nikigather na yenye inakuja ikiwa mpya zikaanza kudance. Just dancing and balancing. And then I started being more sensitive to the land and to the sounds and the sensation that it makes, which made me hyper aware of my own sensory being, because I'm a highly sensitive person as well. So again, nikaendelea tu kulala mapema. Deep in my heart, I felt that this is not where I'm meant to stop. This project, it's good. It's helping me to heal my money wounds. It's helping me to realize that nime expand. Now I no longer have to ask for 20, 30,000. No. Nime expand kabisa.
Yeah.
So I opened my heart. Nikasema, because I am a creative, and now that's an identity I'm dissolving. I'm an artist. But because I'm a creative at this point, I want to start conversations about creativity. So nikaanza kuongea na colleagues wangu. When you hear the word creative, like what comes to mind? They say, oh, naona podcast, naona YouTube, naona sijui wapi. Nauliza, but don't you think your art is part of that creativity? Because as creatives, in our work, we're using our art every day. So we need creative well-being. Ya kujua that this is work, creativity, and this is my creativity. That conversation was very big. So I used to break it down to 5 minutes. So tuli engage January, February, March, April. And then I realized that mi ndio niko na hiyo momentum. Wengine wako like, I'm here for the salary. Hizo mambo unaniambia ni mingi sana sizitaki. And I didn't feel offended because I knew that this is my own initiative. And then an opportunity opened up for me to visit Senegal in October 2024.
Wongo. For real, lucky.
Yes.
That is so cool.
It's so cool. It was... Mi nilikuwa nafikiria another colleague is the one who was going, but then something happened. And nikaambia Wairimu, ebu pack your things, go get that yellow fever shot. On this day, unaenda Senegal. I had prepared for something else, so I had to delegate that. And I felt, you know what? Actually, yes. Because my heart is saying it's time to just move across the region. Kasema ni sawa, acha niende. When I went there, the trees zilikuwa on both sides of the road, and I could feel them like bowing in a way and then going back to their upright position. At first nilikuwa shocked na shanga. Why are you doing that? Because you're shocked. I didn't expect this. Because within Nairobi, I always ask my ancestors, and even nature, I ask mother, leo naenda kufanya kitu kubwa. Show me that tuko pamoja. So sometimes it's the hibiscus flowers that pop. Sometimes it's a color of a flower. Sometimes it's a tree that feels friendly. But on this day, nimeingia a foreign land within Africa, sawa, but it's still foreign to me, and the trees are already doing that thing. But okay, let me just notice it. I didn't have anyone to tell, and it's okay. Because maybe it was meant to be said here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, kuenda in the venue on day one. I remember the guest of honor is, I forget his name. It's very big, but he's one of the people who come from the community who are the guardians of the earth
Community in Senegal.
and it was like kutoka penye tulikuwa in Chess, where they come from is like 26-hour drive.
Hey.
Yeah, it's that far na uko. So as he was telling these stories about his community in one language inatranslatiwa to another and then to French and then to English. So hiyo ndio ilikuwa barrier, 4 levels of barriers. As he was speaking, I felt this part of my head activating and suddenly connecting into that ancient knowledge.
Wow.
Again, nikakuwa shocked. Because what do you mean I'm tapped into an ancestral conversation that has been there since time began, to a wisdom that has lived in the land. It's now expressing through people, and then it's traveling 4 languages to come and find me. So nikakuwa even more keen. Niko like, okay, I want to hear what he's saying. Nasikiza huyu translator wa kizungu. We how translate vizuri, because my sensory being is awake. Yeah. And this sensitivity inaelewa what this man is saying in his language, not easy translations. So I felt, okay, enyewe, something is happening here, something. Wow. When his conversation ended, just before aende kupigwa picha pale, me and my elephant self nikaenda nikasimama mbele yake. I put all my weight down. So hata yeye alikuwa nasikia actually can't move. Nikamwambia yes. Tuko hapa pamoja. And then najaribu kumwongelesha kizungu, nasikia kizungu hapana. Najaribu kusema asante, nasikia asante hapana. So I grabbed someone's hand, a random person, nikamuuliza, do you speak English? And then this person said, yes, I do. Nikamwambia, I need you to translate this message of peace and gratitude for our guest of honor to hear it. You know, we need him. Wacha story mingi. I need you to translate this message. Then he realized, oh, she's serious. So he asked me, what do you need me to tell him? Nikamwambia, tell him, I am grateful for the knowledge he's shared with us, because it has stirred something within me. And I would like him to know that I am an earth stewardess, because I have been raised by a farmer, I have been mentored by one, I have been loved by one. That's now where my bloodline comes from. And I remember as soon as this guest of honor heard these words, he had 2 pairs of beads. His spirit had told him, you have to carry 2 of them. He removed one of them and placed it on my neck. Kaniambia that the land says thank you as well, and the spirit say that you've been walking unprotected for a very long time. It's time for you to get protection.
Wow.
I know. I felt something in my throat. Yeah. So nikamwambia, oh my gosh, thank you. So akaniacha in shock. And ananiambia, okay, now I have to go. Nikamwambia, it's okay. You just go. Let me just be in this moment. Ndio nijue what it is. What it is that just happened. But then the ancestors in Senegal are very active. So they were like, no, you're not stopping here because this one thing has happened. No, it's time to dance. It's time to walk. It's time to connect. It's time to hug people. Because you're here as a change maker. It means that wewe mwenyewe, your energy is what's stirring change. Si energy ya mtu mwingine. This is a gift. It's important, but start moving. So nikaanza kutembea, and then I picked up one of my journals. Nika request watu if you could write something, what would it be? I offered some guidelines, obviously. But I also welcomed that heart-opening kind of share. And it felt so good.
Nice.
Because your festival, it was 3 days long. So Tostan, our host, created a village for us to experience. They immersed us in a village for 3 whole days. Tulikuwa tumemix all ages, watoto, watu wazima, grandfathers, grandmothers, to bring that intergenerational conversation. So for 3 days, nilikuwa nashinda nikikaribia the guest of honor. I'm like, oh my God, I feel so good. And then words zenye zinataka kutoka hazitoki. Why? Because it was such a big and profound experience. So nikasikia, sawa basi, let me just sit with it.
So you're in Senegal?
Yes, I was in Senegal. And for these 3 days, I kept coming back to this guest and just smiling at him, just singing. The Senegalese culture is very big when it comes to dancing. So there was lots of music at any one time. So nilikuwa tunapatana, we dance. And then I tell him, oh, I'm glad to see you today. And then tunapatana tena, we dance. And it was so amazing to feel held by a grandpa.
He was old.
He was old.
Huh.
And he's traveled all over the world.
Wow.
So when he was finally able to settle in as well, because my energy it's very exciting energy. So hata mwili yake ilikuwa na excitement. When he was able to come back to his being, he shared a message with me, akaniambia, that when I see you, I feel like opening the floodgate information from the forest, but I can't do that. It's too soon. And all this knowledge will come to you in bits by bits by bits.
Wow.
Yeah, so one of the Senegalese young men mwenye alikuja akaona I'm engaging this guest so deeply, alikuwa curious. I see you two are wearing necklaces that almost look the same. Akaniuliza, do you know our guest? Namwambia pana, simjui, I've met him and we have just connected. Then he said, this is very rare. It's very rare for someone to just visit and then the ancestors of the land recognize them and welcome them and embrace them.
Wow.
I thought, okay, that's something. But I'm more interested in him. So I asked the young man to pick a picture, I want to remember this moment, and this is on the last day. Then the guy also wanted a picture with him, so I took them a picture, and then I allowed the separation to begin. Yeah, because my energy is mine, his energy is his. So I allowed that separation, and I came back home to my being.
Nice.
Yeah, at this time something was clearly now stirring, not just stirring, it was screaming at me, telling me that hii path yenye uko inaisha. It is ending, and you're now on the last few days. Uko hapo, anza countdown. Number 2, you're meant to do big things. So mi nasikia big things nashanga. Like buying land. Like buying a house, like buying a car. Then the message was clear, no. You're meant to do big, great things in healing. And your work is actually to bring spirit and body together.
Nice.
Kasema, okay, I stand guided. And then one of the event hosts, alikuwa na story that was so potent. I heard about her. We didn't get a moment to really connect with me. Alikuwa na host, you know. Like alikuwa everywhere and nowhere at the same time. But her story was so powerful that I knew instantly what I wanted to create. Which is an open space for healing energy to be readily accessible. Because as a creative, I've used the word creative and now I'm transitioning to artist. So my artist identity, again, awoke at the time in that October when I realized that I'm not just creating content at ya kuweka online. I'm creating with the guidance of my ancestors, with the guidance of Mama Earth, with my brain, which is so big that's always processing information and structuring it so that I could share it. So I thought, okay, so the open spaces are calling me. Where do I begin? Niko kwa countdown tayari, nitaanzia wapi? Wacha nikufurahishe. Hapa Senegal, Somatic experiencing Kenya walikuwa pia.
Allah?
Yeah, so the reps were around. They were part of this meeting, part of this healing movement, part of this gathering of change makers, but they left earlier. So sikuwajua, and then I was committed to talking about the project I was supporting at the time. Haya, kutoka sasa nikarudi Nairobi. I whispered to a friend of mine, Kairetu, niramenya ndirahabire ndege. Oria twaragia muthenya oria, like 3 weeks before we had talked about what do you want? Kama mimi nataka kupanda ndege nitoke hapa Kenya niende tu mahali na nirudi. Hivyo tu. And then she told me a story about her matriarch as well. And then in that story, I told her, let's go and reverence your matriarch. Tumemtaja, tusimtaje tu, and then tumsahau, tuone tu tumreverence. And then suddenly e-trip ika open up. She was like, one of her things as a matriarch was telling us that she has carried, like in one of the Christian fellowships she had gone to, there were blessings being dished out, that energetic move. And she emptied her bag. Ali-empty on the floor. Ndio achukue tickets. Achukue hizi tickets za kuenda. Achukue aeke kwa bag. Ndio alete nani, watoto wake, na familia, to bring that blessing home.
I love that.
Yeah, so I mean 1 + 1 is 2. Ulikuja ukasema unataka nini
Ticket.
na kukaenda
How
aje.
cool.
And she also told me the same thing. My faith imekuwa impacted. It's very, 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 very strong now.
Yeah,
now
obviously.
I know I'm not insane. I'm not just saying things.
Yes.
There is movement that's happening. Na tukakaa in that gratitude for a while. So this same friend akaniambia, kaire tureke gukunyire ndeto. Hapa Kenya, somatic experiencing imekuja. Nikamwambia, ebu wait, ati umesema nini somatic experiencing? Nikamwambia, do you know, I came in contact with my full body in 2021 in a community practice where our guide was leading us through tapping. Natuambia, ebu tap, ebu tell me what you feel. Nasema, kama venye nimetap sahi nimesikia, what do you feel?
Damu, uchungu kidogo, kukunya.
Hata mimi nimesikia utotupins. Yeah. So nikamwambia, on that day is when I realized that I was disconnected. This part and this part zilikuwa disconnected. Because again, trauma does that. And when I went deep into this tapping, the research part of me, iliingia ikapata somatic experiencing. And then I looked at the fee and I was like, oi guy, Jehovah. But then you're telling me it's come to Kenya. Okay, now Ebu, tell me more. She told me that there's an information webinar and she would share the Zoom link. And then nikamwambia, you know what? Hata ni vizuri, because I'm still settling in. My brain is still coming back from that wonderful experience. Let me prepare for the Zoom webinar. Nikajoin, nikasikiza what was being said about the nervous system, about the stress response system, about the body as a whole, about our sensory being, because we are sensory beings. And it was being taught in such slowness, and it was so meticulous. It was so beautiful, like a flower unfolding. Nikaambia beste yangu, you know what? This is the first time in my life nishaikuwa na savings, na hiyo savings zote ninawekelea kwa hii somatic. Niambia, I was feeling afraid because nashangaa na hii savings ndio rainy day. But this is the path for me.
Nice.
Like 10 minutes into the webinar nilimwambia hivyo, this is my path, this is where I'm going. Nilitaka 2021 but clearly this is the right time. And because nimeanza countdown penye niko.
Hey, by the way.
Wacha nikubali tu that this is where the path is leading. And I remember being at peace. At peace with that decision. Hata siku consult, sikutaka hiyo extra guidance. It just knew. So nikaongea na organizer Wajiko wake. She's a wonderful.
Shout out.
Yes, shout out. She's a wonderful, wonderful human. Interacting with her changed my whole life. Because I had not met someone who embodies that big brain, sensitivity, and the integrated way of living. Her company is called Integrated Living Kenya. So clearly inasema kila kitu. And then I had also not met an African woman bearing hizo title somatic experiencing practitioner. Previously I had seen people from different races, but not a black Kenyan woman or a black African woman.
And an Agikoyu at
and Agikoyu. Yani her identity resonated with mine so deeply, nikajua I am safe here. I have not met her in person yet, but I am safe. So nikaambia Wajiko, I want to join your cohort. Kaniambia karibu sana. Karibu. Ndio hii details zote. Ndio hii how you can make payment. Just start going through these brochures, and then deadline ya kulipa ni December something. I forget December what. Na hiyo December tena kuna mti inaitwaje? Ulikuwa umetaja mugumo. There's a mugumo tree that called me again in Meru.
The other one that called you was a mugumo as well?
No.
It was different?
Yeah, it was different. So hii mugumo ikaniambia, hey, it's time for you to visit the land. So I talked to someone that we were friends at the time, nikamwambia, this December actually feels like a good time for me to come and visit your up country, because you've been mentioning it for the last few years. Na suddenly there's an opening. Nikaenda tu. So nimesafiri, unaona sijalipa but nime-express interest. Nikasafiri, by the time narudi Nairobi deadline ilikuwa ishapita. Nikaambia Wajiko, guy, akikubali tu, this is the first time I'm moving big money around, and that's energetic and it's heavy because again the nervous system is still healing. Kaambia I'm moving it na itakuwa imeingia kwa account yangu by tomorrow. Kaniambia sawa, when you make the payment just send me a screenshot of the payment itself ndio niweze kudocument on my side na kuconfirm blah blah blah. And so I did. Alikuwa ananiambia nindirakuhoyagira muno pesa ciuke na cionekane.
Nice.
Kambia thank you for holding me on that part. Now here we are. And I am ready for January 9.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So January 9 feels like a rebirth for me.
2025?
Yes, 2025.
How cool.
Tumetoka 2021.
Manze. Interesting. I love your journey.
Thank you.
So do you want to talk a bit about that somatic experience?
No, let's go to the Twitter addiction.
Okay. So at this point, you have already overcome your Twitter addiction.
Yes. And again, it took me 3 years to break that addiction because I realized something. In social media, there's an algorithm, which is a matrix, which trains you as much as you train it. And that matrix is not just online at in a display what you want to see, who you want to see it from. It now imprints in your nervous system. It starts from here, the thinking brain. Because ndio ina strategize, inasema nikiandika tweet hivi, itatrigger hawa. Nikiandika tweet hivi, itavutia hawa. Nikiandika tweet hivi, ita repulse hawa. So you see, the matrix starts embedding in your head and then it goes into your body. Such that the filtration system here, I have an idea, let me write it down. This idea, let me develop it. Inakuwa cut off. So now the idea comes and then you just post it. So it cuts you off from your creativity. And that's where the identity of being a creative will dissolve. Because I realized I am an artist. When an idea comes to me, I listen to it keenly. I follow that thread. Ndio hii nimeishika. What is this idea trying to tell me? I dissect. This idea is asking me to draw. It's asking me to sing. It's asking me to create a video. So, unaona, the idea ishachagua the path it wants to follow.
Expression. Yeah.
And then this expression, where do I put it contextually? So I realized I'm not even a writing-based creative, if I was to use that word. I'm a visual creative. I use visual language. So unaona, first of all, hiyo lugha ya Twitter ikakatika.
Yeah.
And then I came home now fully to myself as an artist.
Wow.
Nikajua, okay. So now when I have a message to share, that is when I go on the platform. So umeona zimeacha kukua, social media zimekuwa platforms because they are digital communication platforms for me. This is a very good place to say that. I'm a digital communications consultant and I'm also a healing consultant. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. The culmination is so beautiful.
Thank you.
As well. And you also mentioned that you can help people who have addictions.
Yes.
You can help them.
Yes, and I actually wrote this on a tweet, so I'm excited when the words are trying to jump out of my mouth. But yes, I also wrote it on a tweet that the matrix is not what we imagine at iko online. It's imprinted in our bodies, in our nervous system. And so since I'm now a nervous system worker, I know pathways that lead us back to our bodies. And your body as well knows those pathways. So when we create this healing container together, we can start allowing the body to say what it wants. And through that, because that's the process I've been through essentially, in the many different pockets za kuji-express, za kusema this has happened to me, so my body started realizing all the madness yenye ilikuwa inakuja through your hands and your mouth was looking for a place and a context for its expression. And because you're now skilled in listening and catching those threads and dissecting them and developing them now to a message, now you can do what you need to do. So that's where creative freedom comes in.
That is so beautiful. Can you touch a bit just on that addiction, how it looks like? Because some people's first reaction would be knee-jerk, like, no, me, I'm not an addict. I just enjoy going on the platform, but I'm not an addict. How does it manifest?
So it manifests through scrolling all the time. And when you're not scrolling, you're not okay. You're like, hey, wacha nifungue tu Twitter nifanye hivi. Number 2, it also manifests as being so immersed in the chaos. Kenyans on Twitter, it's a very dramatic group. So ukiwa immersed so much that you know who is doing what with who and where and how, and you can connect the threads quickly. Clearly you're not in your body, uko hapo kwa hiyo platform. Number 3, there are symptoms that come up. Just like an addict mwenye analewa, mwenye anasikia lazima nitoe lock, mwili inakwambia umeamka, hata usipumue kwanza, fungua Twitter uone nini inaendelea, you've missed something. So the brain and the body starts craving it, because again hizi algorithm they target our dopamine center, the reward center. So ukikuwa rewarded with many likes, hata umeweka asili tweet ukasema hii serikali ya huyu ni mbaya, and then thousands of people like that tweet, something is happening in your reward center. Lots and lots of dopamine ina flow kwa mwili. And then the next day unaweka tweet inakosa hata like hata moja. So now unaanguka. So that drop, unaona you're being conditioned to look for those highs. So you'll keep tweeting, scrolling, kufuata drama yote ndio uone utajiinsert wapi. And then you keep, kuna hiki kitu yenye KOT wanasemanga, well, stop being the center of attention. So pia you start seeking that attention actively. Ile yenye unasikia leo kama sina tweet yenye ina do numbers, I am not okay. Wow. And then the worst part is in social settings, mtu anajaribu kukuongelesha, you're busy taking a picture of them do uweke social media for that mile. So unaweza kuta maybe it's a party, and this happened a lot especially in 2020, 21, 2022. Watu wameenda out wanajibamba, but amongst them there are people who are looking for those embarrassing clips for yes, they are looking for pictures where someone looks they're not okay, and then they'll post online. And then whoever has been posted atakuwa bullied, especially as women you'll be shamed. Utaitwa all the names but the holy ones. Utaitwa all of them.
Yeah.
And due to that now bullying becomes a lifestyle, because unaona it's been cultivated. Umecultivate through hiyo kuamka una scroll. Uko job unasikiza meeting lakini uko tu ukifanya hivi. Your gifts are calling you. For like early in the year I had a women's circle just to allow hiyo knowledge yote ya somatic ipate space ya kusettle kwanza. And I remember having one of the people telling me, unajua before our Thursday evening classes nilikuwa nashinda tu nikiscroll hivi, but after coming here and practicing healing, si moshene, si story mingi, actually practicing healing, I've realized that I want to create more. Kamuliza, what do you want to create? I want to create soaps, I want to create body butters, I want to create lotions. Oh, that's good. And within the first 2 weeks of meeting, alikuwa shanza kucreate. And our engagement lasted 11 weeks. So April, May, June. By June, alikuwa shafungua a virtual shop.
Nice.
And her products were moving. Since then, anashinanga kihubiri anasema, attend Wairimu Rap's healing sessions. Anasema she's very good at educating, instructing, and guiding. So you'll get what you need. And you don't even need to go into the pains and whatever is happening. Kwa sababu healing happens whether there is pain or not. That healing energy is present. It is right here. If you were to visualize it, is iko hapa. You can almost taste it or touch it. Lakini due to disconnection between the brain and the body, and now the further fragmentation, easy addictions, the social media, za moshene kwa mabeste, za kujaribu kujua nani, anaishi aje, anaishi wapi, you abandon yourself.
Alilala na nani?
Alilala na kwanza hiyo, like it's a biological thing. It is normal.
Wow, I love how you've summarized that. And now since I feel like we are getting into now the field of the somatic healing experiences, you will have to wait until next time.
Yes.
We will stop this at this point so that we can follow it up with what somatic healing is about and how she does it and how she practices it. But I hope you have enjoyed her story. It has been amazing for me. It has been nothing short of amazing. Thank you so much for coming. You are amazing.
Thank you.
And yes, I hope you'll come back again so that we continue. We have to talk about trauma, money wounds, healers needing healing.
Yes.
Because we healers, we think there's a misconception where you can think you're above everything else, but we need guidance. Like you've taught me so many things. So yeah, if you want to learn about this and also trauma, please stay tuned and look out for the next episode. But until next time, thank you again for coming and kwaherini.
Bye.
Bye.